Over to you, Prasanna.
Okay. Welcome back to another session of Thinking on Destiny. Before we go further into this today's session, let us connect to the consciousness of Percival, meditate for a few minutes, and let his wisdom flow through me to every one of us. Sit in a comfortable position. Keep your spine naturally upright. Let your hands rest easily. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale softly. Again, breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, become present. Breathe out. Let your body settle. Now, allow your breathing to become normal, natural. No forcing, no strain. Just quiet, steady breathing. Bring your awareness to the whole body. Notice the body is here. The breath is here. The senses are here. Thoughts may be here. Emotions may be here. Do not try to stop anything. You are learning to observe. Bring your gentle attention to your chest area, the area of the heart, the area of the feeling. Just notice quietly. This is the place where our emotional impressions are often felt. Sympathy, hurt, excitement, music, devotion, social emotion, approval, disapproval, warmth, sadness, prejudice, kindness, anything. Do not judge any of these things. There is no good or bad emotion. Don't judge. Simply notice emotional thoughts often center and stir this part of your being. Silently say to yourself, I notice my emotional impressions. I do not become them. I observe the calmness. Pause here. Take a deep breath. Another breath. Now, bring the awareness to your forehead. The forehead, the inner space of your head. Bring your awareness to the inner space of your head. Here, the intellectual thoughts appear, planning, comparing, analyzing, studying, questioning, interpreting, judging, explaining. Notice how quickly mind can form ideas. Notice how thoughts enter from outside impressions and arise within. Notice how the head can become busy without your permission. Silently say, I notice my intellectual thoughts.
Hi.
Go to get Alec out of these kids.
Yeah.
I do not have to chase each one. I observe them with clarity. Now notice the relationship between your chest and head. Sometimes feeling rises first and then thought is explains to it. Sometimes the thought appears first and then feeling responds to it. Sometimes body receives an impression and quickly both emotion and thought begin moving. Just observe this gently. Chest and head, feeling and thought, emotion and idea. No need to control, only observe. Now bring awareness to breath. As you breathe in, notice impressions may come, impressions may pass. Breathe in, thoughts may arise. Breathe out, thoughts may soften. Breathe in, emotions may stir. Breathe out, emotions may settle. With breath, impressions come. With breath, emotions go. I remain witness. Now imagine you are sitting quietly inside yourself like a calm observer. Emotions, thoughts may touch your chest. Intellectual thoughts may touch your head, but you remain slightly deeper, slightly quieter, slightly freer. Do not reject your emotional life. Do not reject your intellectual life. You are learning not to be carried away by them. Now, place one gentle moment of awareness into your chest again. Is there any emotional tone present? Just notice it. No story, no analysis. Just observe. Now place your awareness to your head again. Is there any thoughts moving? Just notice them. No argument, no involvement, just movement. Now see how you are aware of your attention without imagination, just with awareness. Let your chest fill with kindness. Let your awareness touch the head with clarity. Kindness in your chest, clarity in your head. Quiet witnessing center of your being, aware of your body, aware of your breath, aware of your emotional movement, aware of your intellectual movement, but do not get trapped by them. Let your feelings become calm. Let your thoughts become clear. You observe before you react. You remain inwardly steady. Take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Again, breathe in, exhale with ease. Gently
Mhm.
feel the body. Feel your chair or a floor you are sitting on. Move your fingers slightly. Whenever you are ready, slightly open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Happy birthday once again, Lavanya. So let's go to recap the last week things. Then we can go ahead with the
Sure, Prasanna. Thank you, Prasanna garu. Um, Hello, friends. Namaste. Good morning or good evening, everyone. One second. Yeah. So, you all know me. This is Lavanya Vishwanath from Australia with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashibita Mahapatriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, Australia, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. So for the last few weeks, we are discussing the book, The Thinking and Destiny, book written by Harold W. Percival, which is being explained by our very own dear master, Prasanna Medisetti. So to give you a quick recap of our previous session, Prasanna Garu did talk about the physical world, our thoughts are shaped by our sensations that are sexual, elemental, emotional, and intellectual impulses flowing through the body and mind. And ancient teachings describe that human being are more than flesh, a triune self made of the doer, thinker, and knower, surrounded by psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres. So, through breath, sensation, and consciousness, thoughts connect us to nature and destiny itself. So, most people are ruled by sensation and attachment, but true freedom comes through higher thinking, higher form of thinking, awareness without attachment. So, where there is no longer binds the self to the material world. So, with this, I would like to welcome you, Prasanna Garu. Over to you.
thank you. So now today we will see the last class in the concepts, right? So how the thoughts are actually moving, from which part. Last time also we saw from where it's the thought starts, all those things. And Lavani, you can get ready with those diagrams because those diagrams helps a lot. Now, emotional and intellectual thoughts. Actually, I set a background or set a thing with your meditation itself. All your emotional thoughts with starts with your chest area, with the breast. Those that area, all the emotional elements or thoughts enter the openings in the breast into your body. These are linked with your social life, so our social side of a human being also. These thoughts actually includes influences like the thoughts that influences, right, connected with your religious exercises or your social activities such as dance, games, races, and banquets, or your music, sympathy, suffering, tolerance, kindness, fantasism, and prejudice. All these are your emotional things. What are the other organs that these elements can be entered into? It is your eye, ear, and mouth, nose. So all with all these elements, your actually external thoughts are actually going inside your body all the time. The four sense organs are said to be all four classes of your elementals. So while certain elements, certain thoughts are the special kinds of openings, intellectual thoughts are mostly are coming, yeah, are coming inside or outside. Intellectual thoughts can come from outside, something can trigger, or even inside also can trigger. Unlike the emotional thoughts, intellectual thoughts can enter from outside or it can arise from inside also. So intellectual thoughts are like, I got some business idea. That is also an intellectual thoughts. Or I got some theorem in the mathematics, I could crack it. Some physics, I do it. Something, right? So, or some business, law, architecture, social science, physiology, some other branches of the natural science. All these are comes under the intellectual thoughts. Okay, these thoughts cover both practical and theoretical fields of the human knowledge. Okay, that is coming under the head part mostly. That is what here he is saying. Okay, it enters. Entering is through the head path, head, also the swing of the breath also it can enter into it mostly. Entry depends upon your likeness to the atmosphere also, like mental atmosphere, psychic atmosphere, physical atmosphere, right? Elementals through which you gain the access of your body. Here, elementals in the sense, again, there are the energy, right? Throughout your body also there is an energy. There are the elementals also. Remember, in these elementals, there are some of the things which they wanted to experience. If you remember, my sessions in what is that first one, soul's journey. Elementals, if they want to experience something, they cannot experience by themselves. Some of the things they want to come through us and experience. Okay, so in that case, in the swing of a breath, those elementals, some of the elementals can enter into our breath, and if you are not ready to keep them, then they may go out as well. But again, your mental atmosphere, right? There are some spooks, some elementals are there in that thing, but they came, but you are mentally so strong. So those elementals will go out through breathing out also. But you are so sick, you are so mentally down, or you are something, then what happens is these elementals try to grab the control of your body. At that time, they make you more depressed, more sick, something kind of the thing. Okay, so if I relate that to the power of now, there they have given one example. When a ladies are usually in the periods time, they are already some kind of a low. If something triggers, then they overthink and they will just go more low, because these elementals are also helping you to go more low. So whatever that you are actually there, you are attracting it. So recently, I have explained something like because why people say that if somebody dies in the family, why people say do not go into the temple. Okay, the reason behind it is temple has a very positive energy, right? Basically, and the energy that enhances, it amplifies, it works as an amplifier. So that is the reason when you go with some kind of a peace, it will give you more peace. Similarly, when you go with some agitation, it will give you more agitation. If you go with some kind of a sorrow, it will give you more sorrow. That is the reason they say that do not go to this kind of amplifiers. It is not that some Maila or anything. Suppose in your family, your grandmother passed away. Let us take at the age of 90. She has seen her life and done, dusted everything. She enjoyed her life and she went. Then you need not follow all these things because you are not sad, right? Only those 15 days rituals, and after that everybody will go into their normal life. Nobody bothers basically. When we are a kids, right? If somebody died, like because my grandmother, my mom said there are four sisters. If one girl passed away, then okay, we all meet, cousins all meet and enjoy. Who is next? That's how we used to talk. Because after that, my grandmother, my own grandmother, she didn't pass away until like 97 or so. So we are just kidding. Oh, we are not looking forward that kind of occasions, right? That's why she's not passing away. So this jokes apart, that's how we enjoy. It's not like a too much sad or anything when the people of that age passed away, right? But if there are some engaged kids, engaged people were passed away in your home, let us take, your grief will be more. When you are with that pain, if you go to the temple, you may get attracted. Even though I deviated the subject, I just wanted to tell this. So that is the temples are this kind of the things works as an amplifier. Similarly, here also is saying, whatever your mental atmosphere, psychic atmosphere, you will be attracted to that kind of elementals into your body through breathing. But if you are so strong, you will breathe out. Because all the atmosphere outside is radiant, radiant, airy radiant, fluid radiant, and solid radiant. That is the kind of thing, radiant matter. So that radiant matter can enter into your body easily with the breath. Suppose if you are weak, then what happens is they will stir your body. Once the elementals went in, they will sit into your body and they will stir in your astral body. They will try to connect. Then once the astral body was stirred, then that will come onto the physical body. Astral body is stirred, that incoming elements. So it is touching your sensory side of your involuntary nervous system of your physical system. Then it will try to touch the astral body connects to your breath form. Because it is already, because it is inside, you didn't breathe out immediately because you are not strong enough, you catch those things, right? So because of that, you will be keeping those things inside. So what happens that there it takes the action of your breath form. When touched by the elemental, the breath form automatically acts because your motor fibers of involuntary nervous system and sensory fibers of your voluntary nervous system and corresponding nerves are influenced by these thoughts or by these elements. Okay. So these elementals are traveling through your communication, through your thing, because it is stirring the entire body. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? So, because from Puranas maybe, because when there is two people, so they wanted to get attracted each other. So they will say, Manmada, you go and stir that emotions. We have seen in the movies, right, these things. So then whenever somebody comes, that emotions are stirring. Suppose if this guy is very strong, even if that beautiful lady comes in front of him, then it won't, right? But that kind of the environment they are creating it. This is how ours also it is happening. Okay. At this point, the breath form puts these elementals touch the feeling inside. Once it is touched the feeling of your inside, it started influencing your thought, your emotion, as a result, your action. The feeling may come. Again, the simple example, if I say somebody, I went to a party, somebody wore some new nice sari, let us take. The feeling was still triggered. Okay. I may say beautiful, oh no, 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 I'm not buying saris this year, so I'm not actually finding out anything. You are cutting off. But if it is triggering into my thing, it starts my emotion. Oh, it's so beautiful. I want it. That's an emotion. Then what I will what I will do? Oh, I will go and ask what kind of sari? Where did you buy it? So some action started. So unnecessary. You are actually the external events are started our because why I take that example is that is a common example that everybody is sari. It may be sari or jewelry or maybe some collage, some perfume, anything it may trigger, right? Or maybe for that matter, the car also. Okay. Overall, this is the sequence. Elementals or the thoughts are entering into your opening. Then with they are going entering into with the rhythm of the breath, and then they are gain the access with the human atmosphere inside that mental psychic atmosphere. Then they are stirring your emotions in the astral body. As astral body is linked to the your involuntary nervous system, it is coming, and involuntary nervous system is breathing, right? So that is coming, and then it is coming linking into your body. Then the breath form is transferring them into the voluntary nervous system. Finally, it is influencing your feeling. Once the feeling it influenced, it is actually influencing your emotion. Once the emotion is influenced, it is influencing your action. So now show that first diagram. This is how our thoughts, if we are not aware, right, this is how our thoughts are actually entering into it. If you see the diagram, emotional and intellectual thoughts, how they are entering. So breast through breast, emotional thoughts, ordinary, religion, sympathy, whatever those things, right? So through head, all the intellectual thoughts are entering into the thing like business, chemistry, social, all the things, right? What are the other entry points? Eye, mouth, nose. All these are the other entry points into all the four classes of the thoughts or the elements enter into it. Once it enter, opening nerve center, then it is stirring astral body, then it is going to the involuntary nervous system, then it is going to into the actual breath form is soul, then the feeling is starting. Once the feeling is starting, it is stirring your emotion and it is stirring your action. So this is the link that we have in this. This is how the one thought enters into your body. Okay, now let us go to the next. How the feeling, once that feeling, where exactly this feeling enters. I told you in the last class, where exactly the feeling enters. Seat of the feeling is always kidneys and adrenals. Kidneys and adrenals. Okay. The feeling is present in the kidneys. So, however, it is not experienced directly because the body, the blood goes, the nerve systems are present. So through this only, right? The feeling is centered in the kidneys but operates through whole body. Suppose there is a lion goes in front of me, the tiger goes. It first immediately goes into the kidneys or adrenals, that feeling. But the entire body started shaking, isn't it? Even though the feeling enters into it, the entire body is responding to that feeling. So the feeling is and here the involuntary nervous system doesn't have any feeling, doesn't have anything. All the feeling comes with the voluntary nervous system only. As long as something goes on, that involuntary nervous system, even breathe in, breathe out, you will immediately breathe out. Only when it catches your feeling inside kidneys and voluntary nervous system, then only you are actually started. The thoughts that are going there involuntarily, those are not actually catching any of your body, or they are not actually giving any what do you say, any impact on your body. That is what you should understand. Okay, involuntary nervous system is like a nature. Suppose if the trees, is there anything, because a tree is giving oxygen, is it saying that I'm giving oxygen every day, you're not giving water? It's not doing anything, right? Involuntary nervous system is not doing anything. Suppose if it is a person, oh, I helped you that time, yeah, I helped you this time, you are not doing it. We will say that. But this nature will not saying anything. So that is how the involuntary nervous system is acting. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know anything. It is not actually doing. Whereas voluntary nervous system, once it goes to the voluntary nervous system, then the feeling starts. Then actually the body starts feeling the thing. Body is also having the thing, that's where that's a seat. Seat is once you are not actually going until then you are good. Otherwise, you are catching up all the feelings. Nature has no feeling. That is what you have to remember. Desire is the, again, once the feeling started, what happens? What is the counterpart of the feeling? You can take the previous examples. Sorry, perfume. Feeling is desire. Once I started feeling it is good, if I'm not leaving, right? Involuntary nervous system, it will go. Suppose you are going into the mall and many people are wearing so many different types of clothes and different types of the perfumes. You will say, then go. You will not take much into that, right? So that is all. You are not actually bringing that into the voluntary nervous system. Once the feeling you bring into the voluntary nervous system, what happens is the desire will start. Once the feeling is coming and sitting in the kidneys, the desire is starting. That is the relationship between the feeling and desire. Desire responds to feeling, feeling shades into the desire. Both. The transition between them is not gradual, but there is a very thin line, but they both are interdependent. There is a no feeling without desire, there is a no desire without some feeling. Both are there. So these two are very closely connected. How desire acts when feeling is affected? When feeling is affected, when the feeling of I want it, then it will go and sit into the adrenals also. It sends the adrenal secretion of the bloodstream. Okay, send this desire into the bloodstream. Then it goes into the heart and lungs. It won't stop there. From the kidneys to adrenals, the bloodstream is started and it goes into the heart and lungs. There is a physiological link is happening in your body. Then once it goes to the heart and lungs, then what is that? They are processing that desire. Your heart is processing that desire. I really want it. I really like it. Okay, that kind of the thing, right? It is actually through the bloodstream, they are linked together. The desire becomes like so much into your body. Say, remember, sometimes you may go to some vacation and you saw something, that time you saw that it is too expensive and you left it and came back. But there are some of the things which you feel like too much, it still stays with you. Oh, that time I thought of buying it, I would have bought it. Unnecessarily, how many of you? Because it is not with not with everything. Only with one or two things you will have it. Other things you will forget it. That means if that particular desire is coming into your body and it went into the heart and lungs, then it is actually embedded into your body. Right? This is how it is starting. Feeling is centered in kidneys. Desire is centered in adrenals. Okay, they work together. This is in the voluntary nervous system. They work together and they enter into the bloodstream and then they will pump up into the heart and lungs. Then into your breath form. You can show that diagram next. So here, see, this is the diagram, right? Feeling and desire. So kidneys, feeling extend through nerves and blood. This is the thing. The adrenals set up the desire. There is a no feeling. No feeling without desire. No desire without feeling. So these two are interlinked. Adrenal secretions cause the lungs to absorb the oxygen through the breath. Desire from the psychic atmosphere enters into the astral blood. Then that feeling and desire travels through the bloodstream and to the nerves and come to the physical form. Okay, this is how the feeling and desire is coming and setting into your body. See how much science is involved, the awareness. When you are aware, then all these things may not. Only when it is required, only it will enter into your body. Okay. Next, we'll go to the next. Elementals versus thoughts. These elementals are the one, right? So common process is up to the point of feeling, right? Common process up point and process up all these things to until the thoughts. Here elementals and thoughts are the moment when because they are through the breath form it is coming and through they are going to the kidneys and then they are making distinctions here, the area of elementals and the area of thoughts. Elementals act through feeling. Elementals in the sense outside elementals are coming inside. That's what I told you, right? So outside also the elemental. The feeling aspect of the doer and they act from the kidneys they are not directly felt there. From there, they travel to the sensory nervous system of the sensory nervous of the voluntary system. So some people are so good actually, but in some circumstances or anything when they were there, or you can see the forget about circumstances. So suppose a person normally without any alcohol, not under the influence of anything, then the person may be very good. Once the person is under the influence of alcohol, suppose if you see all the crimes like rape, murders, all those things, many things, they are under the influence of something. Because at that time, when they were under the influence, they are not control of their soul. They were under the control of the thing. So whichever is elemental, suppose in that air, whatever the elementals that are there, they can enter into your body because you don't have any control. They also help you to process those kind of emotions. So in that split second, you may do anything because you don't know. Like many a times, I used to feel, how can the people will do that? But until I saw a one addict, game addict, I saw the game addict, because drunk addict and all we say in the roads. But one boy I saw, he's very, very talented, super talented. Okay, he was into for his achievements. He was got some scholarships in Harvard. That kind of the talented guy, but he was addicted to game, the video games and all. So once he got addicted to the game, right, at that moment, because he wanted to go and play and his mom is not actually allowing, he went into the stage that he hurt his mom, he throwed like anything, and immediately means he just want his laptop and he want to go somewhere and play. That's all. Before him, because whoever is actually, suppose if you say that elementals, if you take, right, by the time that comes, whoever is actually playing, all those people, right, because it's online gaming, all those people thoughts also entering into his things. Those elementals are acting within him, and he is not actually is not under the control of his own things. He's under the control of many elementals, many people's thoughts. Okay, so here also he says not only the elementals, not only, even the other people thoughts also can enter into you when that environment is not good, when you are not so strong enough. That also we experience so many times. We don't want to eat unhealthy food, let us take. You went into the party, so you took your own salad and came and sit. But your friends say, oh, that sweet is so good. Hey, that's okay, it's one time. Will you eat it or not? This is how the other people thoughts enter into things. Because this is the thought you are able to sense immediately, you are saying, but there are thoughts which you don't know. The subtle environment thoughts also enter into your body. So those elements act through your feeling, act through your aspect of doer. They went into your kidneys and they felt it there. Then they travel through your sensory nervous systems and then they go into the voluntary nervous systems. Then these elements becomes your sensations. So that time, the same guy of the gaming addict guy, right? So it became sensation. I want to play. I want to play. Like this, he's becoming like he's no more. No, it's same as like the person who wants the alcohol, the person who wants cigarette, or the person who wants drugs. How they became, right? Oh, I want to take it. I want to take. This guy also behaved like, oh, I want to play game. I want to, because those sensations enter and they are acting through him. That is how the environment also should be so important, right? That's how so it is they act through your sensations. They contact your feeling, they contact your sensations. They produce the simple elemental or some of the things, like other side is the girl is there, let us take, and here is the boy. Those sensations may come and sit in your pelvic region. So you may want to do something else with that girl. So these are the things that that it happens, are some of the elements like fun activities also. So that comes under it, and you want to get that excitement and you want to go there. Or you are in such a intellectual conference and people are working on the things, those sensation also will go on. I want to achieve something. Oh, see, all these people achieved so much in this age. Why can't I do it? What are my talents? So like this. So anything outside environment also, that kind of elementals can come in and they stir your emotions. They can sit into your kidneys and they can trigger into your adrenals and they can trigger into your feelings. So these elementals seek a continuous sensation in your body. Once they sit into yourself, they seek continuous things. So they won't last long. They cannot sit. Suppose if you are so strong, they cannot last long. Suppose, let us take the same, the girl, because this is so much you can relate. So beautiful girl is there, and that elementals came into it, and you want to do something to the girl, but you are so strong. You are not under your influence of your senses. You are you. Then you will say, no, this is wrong. I will not go. So these sensations or these elementals cannot stay with you. While you are breathing out, those sensations will go. Those elementals will go. They cannot stay longer with you. So only that particular period of the time you need to be very careful, or you should not go under that influence of your senses. So that is how, so your sensations awakens your desire. The feeling and desires, it awakens. The desire is a continuous sensation themselves. It carries impressions in your mental atmosphere. But if you are strong, you can just let it go. Otherwise, what happens? It comes to your heart, it comes to your heart, and it goes to your bloodstream, and it circulates to your nerve systems. Then all your adrenals keep pumping the same desire, your heart is receiving the same desire. But if you are not just the doer, if you are in the position of a thinker, then you will think, is it right? Wrong. Righteousness and reasoning will come into picture. You are not just that, you are not just the doer, you are some thinker also. Righteousness. So you yourself, is it right? Can I do this? Your mind approve or disapprove. That thing comes into the mind. So it will, if it is approve, then righteousness. If it is disapprove, then you have a reason and you will just to reasoning. So righteousness is a passive side of the thinker. Always it comes. Active side is reasoning. If it is right, why? If it is wrong, why? So that actively if you are thinking, then you will not do any kind of this thing, mistakes. Okay. So this is the passive thinking, means for the feeling and desire as a doer, and righteousness and reasoning as a thinker. Then back to the feeling. So whenever these things are happening, we are going back and forth. Kidneys and adrenals are saying something. It came to the heart and lungs, and it came and sat into the kidneys, but you passively you are asking for the righteous, is it a righteous or not? Then when it is a righteous or not, the passive thinking is there, right? Then you will, approval and disapproval mechanism will work. Okay, next, show that next diagram.
Is it
Passive
about
thinking.
passive thinking?
Passive thinking. See the flow of sensations, right? The flow of sensation, the elementals produce sensations, fun, excitement, whatever it is. And that desire is affecting heart and lungs. It's a mild emotions. Once it is approve or disapprove, then you will. So here the passive thinking is always there. Sensations via sensory nerves. Kidneys, seat of feeling. Secretions affect the motor nerves. Adrenals is seat of desire. He is actually pressing how these things are happening. Now we will see more about passive thinking. What is the meaning of passive thinking? Okay, here we introduce the passive thinking, right? What's the meaning? This passage defines, this particular section defines like here desire, and desire is the mind. Desire is the play of mind, right? Desire is always in the mind. It is actively, suppose if you put that desire, a light of intelligence. Where is the light of intelligence? Do you need to go and get the torch? That light of intelligence is there within you. That light of intelligence, once you bring it up, okay, until then, the thinking is there. Your light of intelligence is there with you. Passively, it is thinking. Passively, it is warning. No, Lavanya, don't go there. Prasanna, don't go there. It is passively saying. But if you bring that light of intelligence up and put on this particular desire, then you will get to know whether this is right or not. That is the so that is the active thinking. If you are putting the light of intelligence, it is an active thinking. Otherwise, it is a passive thinking. Passive thinking produces some kind of impressions like pictures, sounds, some taste. Gulab jam, if I say, already everybody will get that sweet taste in your thing, right? Especially our Lavanya, we will give taste here. In Australia, we will give like this. Okay. Suppose if I say which perfume you like it, then I will get jasmine perfume because I will get that perfume in my mind. Usually I use that, so jasmine, that smell you will get it, right? So as soon as the thought comes, it is striking my four senses, my tongue, my nose, and all those things, right? There's no because there's no sequence. Fatafat, you will get all the thoughts. The gulab jam is there is no immediately you'll get. Suppose the person who doesn't know how the gulab jam tastes like, then you will not get any taste because you already had it, you are just getting it. So this passage goes on without a sequence, without reasoning. This will tell this is the passive thinking. What is the relation between the light of intelligence and the passive thinking? Light of intelligence is always there within you. Intelligence is there in your mental atmosphere. But this is not constructive. You're not using it properly. It is there. Okay, through because you are weak and you're not aimly using that particular thinking. Because of that, passive thinking is coming up. So the loss of light through elementals, because when the other desires are coming up, when the external desires are coming up, you are losing your light. You are losing your light because there is a beautiful girl. I just want to do something. My friends are saying something. My sensations are saying something. If I'm losing my light of intelligence, I lose myself. Okay, I lose myself. Suppose simple example, if I take the girl, the example maybe not for all of us, but if you take the sweet is there, that sweet that you would like most, but you know that you are not supposed to eat sweet, but still it is going. And the other friends are saying, oh, one time it doesn't happen, so you will go. So these are the kinds, right? So these elements are elementals are entering into the openings. That friend may say something that is also entering into your opening. So this is not a waste of attention. Certainly it is actually giving the attention. And it is removing or it is dimming your higher consciousness or your purpose. All your parties, all your things are actually dimming our purpose. If you are steadily going to our purpose only, then we don't waste so much of time. We say, oh, it's boring. Oh, it has been long time. Let's meet. So this is all the thing that is going, right? That's going and thing. So effect on the breath form. So it is having that. This is actually it is having this passive thinking leaves the impressions on the breath form also because it says that oh this is not this is okay to go or this is not okay to go. This kind of the thing, right? It is actually going and taking, because in the breath form it is leaving some impressions. Limited level of operation. When you are in the passive thinking, you are not actually taking full. You are limited level of thinking. You are not actually using your thinker or a knower in the fullest form. Okay. So when you are actually doing, when you make that passive thinking into the active thinking, then you will be able to do. So broader implication is, overall implication of the passive thinking is a person when you are so much awareness, so much attention within yourself. That is why everybody will say, be aware. You are not your body, you are not your mind, you are not your sensations, but you are that awareness. Where we are keeping that awareness, right? So that awareness, if you are bringing it to the front, then all these elementals, all these sensations will go away, right? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, that is what this is the overall, it is saying passive thinking is actively, it is not actually not the using the light of intelligence. It is a random, passive thinking is randomly coming up. It's purposeless, unintentional. It is saying, but it is a purposeless. It is not actually, it is not changing your impressions. It is not changing your sensations. Though it is coming, it is produced by some sights, lights, tastes and all, but there is no sequence, no reasoning, but it is not changing your inside process or inside the thoughts or anything that is happening, right? It is not changing. So that is the passive thinking. And now let's come to the active thinking. If you come to active thinking, when passive impressions become strong, they are becoming strong and strong because the thing, and also you also started thinking, but this impressions and thinking is becoming sometimes you say my heart want, my mind don't want. You have that kind of a conflict, right? So whenever we are doing that, right, whenever it is clear, so then you are putting that light on that subject. You are putting that light on that subject, right? So this means you have a strong impressions, but your mind is pushing off. Then you are putting your active mind, you are putting that light into that subject, so that you are actually awakening your thinker portion of your body, of your triune self. You are activating your thinker portion. You are bringing the light of intelligence into that subject. What is the role of the knower here? The role of the knower is still witness. He is still doing the witness mode. But now when you started putting the light of intelligence on the subject, what this knower will do, it compels your active thinking. Because you went into the thinking, from doer to thinker you went, right? The knower also helps. Okay, do active thinking here. Give more light. Give more light. So it will try to give a clarity of the thought. It will deliberately, it will make you to deliberately focus on that particular subject. Okay. Bodily process, whatever it is happening, it involves your mental, your clear light. So what is this knower is doing is this voluntary motor nerves and this voluntary nervous system that is sitting in the heart and lungs, right? So on sensory, so it gives some thought from your pituitary and cerebrum to these things. It won't let you do whatever your heart wants. It tries to give because you are putting active light. So your knowledge is here, knower is here. Your heart goes whenever the feeling goes, right? But here it is the knowledge. So that whenever you started, right? So then what happens here? Your brain center activate. Your desire urges you to think. It won't adjust you to do, take an action. It urges you to think. Then active thinking will start. Sometimes it may be the short time, sometimes it may go intermittent, but the more effort that you are putting, so these thoughts of the desire, right, the impressions from the nature, when you put into the light of intelligence, then it will get your thought will become clear. It won't be the random thought. It will won't be unfocused thought. In a passive thinking, it is random, unfocused thought. But when it comes to the active thinking, your thinking is very intentional. It focuses purposefully. Okay. Now, suppose same the girl example. If I take, you are an unmarried person. You saw a beautiful girl, so you are putting all your light. So your righteousness say you anyway you want to marry, so you can go and pray. You can talk to that girl. Suppose you are married and you already have a kids. Let us take no. Your righteousness will stop you there. Then you will not go further. This is the conception of the thought. This is how the thought comes, the conception of the thought comes. The union is happening between the nature matter to your mental atmosphere. And if your thinker is ready, that whether this union should happen or should disperse, your thinker will tell. Your thinker, when focusing on the light of intelligence, it will tell. This is the special moment of the breath. If your thinker is saying, then breathe out that particular thought. Okay. Between in breathing and out breathing, you can breathe out that thought. When your thinker is presenting with the light of intelligence. This is active thinking begins when strong impressions of the positive past, strong impressions are coming from passive thinking. Whether you are actually going to the thinker stage, then it will come to the active thinking will come. The light of intelligence focus on the subject. The I-ness, the knower I-ness witness the process. Okay, the heart, lungs is actually stimulating your passive thinking, but your pituitary gland and cerebrum is giving you the light to that thought. So then you can decide whether this thought is how it is actually happening. So it is this you can show the active thinking and passive thinking now. There is only a few more minutes. We'll complete. So this is an active thinking, right? From passive thinking here, the impressions came. Okay. Subject, thought, suggested and all. And passive, this is came and active thinking process, motor nerves, the heart and sensory. So from pituitary and cerebrum also this thought came. So this became an active thinking. You are effectively holding the light on the steadily on the subject. Passivity may compel on the effort to focus the light, which leads to the active thinking. Once a thought is conceived, here is the thought was conceived. So when light is on the desire and natural impression, when desire, natural impression, light, all these things are united, and then in the pointer, in the nature matter, in the mental atmosphere, the union is occurring to the active thinking and thought is getting conceived. This is where thought is getting conceived. Okay. Now we will see. So now the thought has conceived. We know the thought conceived. The thought has given a birth. Okay. Thought was last. You can go to the last one. Active. Then is there any last one? Yeah, here. No. Last diagram. What is the last diagram I gave? This is the first one, right? This is the first one.
Journey of the thought. This is the last one.
This is the journey of the thought. Okay. So the thought is, so once the thought was started, so it is getting in. So now possessing a girl or possessing a car or possessing a jewelry piece, whatever, the thought has conceived. So the thought has given the birth. So the desire enters into the subject now. So now the desire is coming and sitting. Okay. So again also, even if when the thoughts are conceived also, after seeing your budget, after seeing all the thoughts, again you may apply your righteousness and reasoning. Okay. Whether it is right or not, or saying. So again, the righteousness and reasoning allows the matter into the mental atmosphere. The knower is again allowing that matter into the noetic sphere. Okay. Or when this thought is conceived, once that thought is conceived, it is going and sitting in the atmosphere. So whether the thought is you are possessing that piece, jewelry piece, this birth or next birth, but the thought is already delivered and is attached with your breath form. Thought started and it is attached with your breath form. So once the thought is there, then you have to, somehow you need to materialize. That is why we should not produce so many thoughts. A conceived, once somebody conceived, they have to give a deliver to the birth. They have to give a deliver, right? Birth should be, baby should be conceived, then delivery should be happen. Here also, the birth of a thought happened, the delivery should happen. So once it went into the noetic atmosphere, you cannot cancel. That is attached to your body and you have to get it. If the when it will get, when the time and everything was conditions are met, then it will come. If that conditions are not met in this lifetime, it is attached to your breath form and you have to possess that in some time. Okay. A conceived thought contains all the worlds and all the atmospheres, matter of all the worlds, matter of all the atmospheres of the triune self and the light of intelligence. So it is now everywhere. A potential structure is already existing. Now you want to have it, that structure is existing in somewhere, not in the physical atmosphere. It is existing somewhere. So the desire was transformed into the thought and now it is moving, the thought is moving. And when it comes in, when conjunction with your blood, breath and nerves, when it comes, the first goes to the cerebrum and all the things, long time, the gestation of the cerebrum, the thought is gestated and the gestation may last short time or a long time. This thought may last short time and a long time. Sometimes the thought may last the short time and you may cancel that thought. No, I don't want it. Okay. Sometimes it may last the long time. If you have not cancelled the thought, it is still there in the environment. So next one, elaboration and mutation of the cerebrum, right? So once this thought passes into the cerebrum and then it passes into the brain. So this is elaborated and matured. This thought became elaborated and matured. The birth of the thought, finally the thought was born onto the frontal senses, frontal sinuses of your brain. And above the nose, it started. The thoughts from other elementals also coming and so this kind of the thoughts, right? Whatever. So these thoughts are your own thoughts are going into the environment. Thoughts of the other elements also going into the environment. Elementals cannot go further unto the ordinals you are impressed. So only until the elementals, whatever the outside things, will go only up to kidneys and ordinals. Later, it is if you are weak only, you can process them. You always have the approve, disapprove with your righteousness and reasoning. If you are disapproving, you are expelling that thought. Whoever tells, suppose somebody says, oh, today only you can eat. No, 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 I'm not eating. I'm on my thing. You can as well expel. But if you are not expelling, you are nourishing that thought. You are becoming weakened and that thought, you whatever that the thought that is issued, it is there in your mental atmosphere. It will again rebirth into the thing, because in the atmosphere it is circulating. The thought that you have done is circulating. Here in this diagram, this is the diagram, you can see it is re-entering, and it is finally someday the thought has to be processed and come back. When it come back is all depends on whether you are in this lifetime. That thing is here. The thought is born in the heart, all gather in the heart, the subject of the thought. Then psychic, how it is traveling, right? Psychic atmosphere, mental atmosphere, the light of intelligence, noetic and noetic atmosphere. This is how it's from mental atmosphere, one's own past thoughts continues to exist in the mental atmosphere and can re-enter through your breath. You already released some thoughts in the last breath, or maybe 10 days back. Those things will re-enter, right? Oh, you thought of something but you forget it. Again when you saw something, those thoughts are re-entering into your body. Again that thought again and again when you are doing, then that will form into the noetic world, and that is a permanent. This is how the thought is traveling. Okay, with this we have concluded the operation of the thought, how the thought is operating. Okay, now we will see, now the actual subject starts. All these are all the basic or fundas until now. Actual subject is, now we know that four atmospheres, right? Physical atmosphere, mental atmosphere, psychic atmosphere, and noetic atmosphere. How this thought is affecting physical atmosphere, how this thought is affecting mental atmosphere, how these thoughts are affecting psychic atmosphere and noetic atmosphere. These are the four main core ideas in this book. So we came to that part from the next class onwards. Okay.
Thank you,
It's
Prasanna
done
Garu.
now.
Yeah.
Questions, if there is anything. I just asked you to do because your birthday should start with some knowledge. That's the reason I asked you to, because anyway it is in the early morning, right? You may not, if you're not going anywhere already this early, I ask you to do this.
Yes, yes, Prasanna Garu. Thank you for asking me to do. Yeah, even I was thinking. Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah, this is a gift that you got it,
yeah,
giving something to back to society, right? That satisfaction, you will have it.
yes, yes. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. Masters, if you have any questions, you can either raise your hands, or put into chat, whichever way you feel comfortable.
With lots of gulab jams.
So, Prasanna, elementals means like whatever the external things we get into is like elementals,
Yeah. Not
external
only the, because he will
influences.
also talks about spooks and all those, because in this environment, there are so many things will be there actually. So many hungry things also there. So there are souls which were not actually satisfied their things, and they died. All those things are also there. They may not be the persons, right? There are other things also. He call it as spooks. Those also, they also can enter into your body. If you are not strong enough, they can also enter into your body.
Okay.
So the other day, the last time I told you, right, one example of that Vallalar Swami, how he entered. He was there in Vedadri Maharshi for 40 years. He says how he entered, because he is there. He didn't leave his physical body. He just went there like Mahavatar Babaji. But he asked the permission in meditation, and then he came. How he entered? Through breath form. They can enter into that. because that is all the good things we all got to know. But there are so many things, right? That they can, not only the people's soul, there are the other things also. It may be there, and they also say some of the environments they cannot enter into it. Some environment they cannot, because in Puranas and all, some guru are there, some very like energetic guru is there. So that energy these spooks cannot take it. So they cannot be there in that environment. The other day, literally, I felt it because in the Tuesday is Hanuman Jayanti, right? So I went into somebody's puja. So they chanted like 21 times Hanuman Chalisa. I could chant like two or three times I chanted, and later I could feel the energy that is surrounded there. When those many people are chanting that kind of a thing, right? So I could feel that energy. I just automatically my eyes got closed and nothing. There are so many like 20 to 30 kids are there. They are actually doing a lot of noise in the upstairs. Nothing entered into my mind. I just closed my eyes. I am not listening anything. I could feel the energy over there. So with our 4 to 5 or 6 years of my our sadhana, if we can do that, right? Definitely those people who are actually those all the real gurus, that whoever is there, if they are there, these elementals are those that they cannot enter into that environment also. Similarly, when you are strong, other people ideas or other people things also cannot enter into your thing. That is why they say aura, you need to clean your aura, you need to protect your aura. Many people will say, right, whenever you are going out, you protect your aura. How to protect? I asked how to protect. Keep some sankalp, keep that intention. When you are going out, keep that intention. I will not be influenced by any other thoughts. I will not be influenced by any others ideas. I will just go and do whatever. So that kind of the thing you should have it with the intention only. This is all with the intention only, right? So with the intention, when you do it, you can do that. So nothing can enter into the thing.
Thank you,
Forget
Prasanna.
about spooks or other things. Other thoughts. Simple. I and we both went out for a shopping. I said, Lavanya, is this good? You may say, no, 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 this color is not good. That color is good. Because as per your perception, you are giving. And I may, at that time, if my thoughts are not like too firm on it, too firm on myself, I will get influenced by your thought and I will get it. After coming home, oh, this color won't suit me. I don't know why I buy it. Because that time my thing was influenced by the other thoughts. That is a simple we are looking, but this is an experience of every one of us, right? But that's how your thoughts can be influenced at any level.
And that's the reason probably people will say, make sure you have that good satsang, where yes,
Good satsang, only with the same
good
kind of
friends.
people, same kind of mindset people you go.
Yes.
When you are meditating, don't go parties. The gurus will say, right, don't go parties, don't go everywhere, because your energy is depleting there when you go there.
Okay.
Because I was wondered after that thing, after I came back and I called a friend and she's talking on something, she's saying that as if I'm in the meditation, I'm able to receive the energy. I don't know what you did before. I didn't do anything. I didn't do meditation, but because I was there, I was forced to do the meditation. I could receive the energy that the environment has done. Because when the frequency, when you are doing that bijaksharas, right, that frequency changes in the environment. When frequency changes, when your frequency also able to match, right, what happens? You are able to receive that. With your practice, that is what will happen. When your frequency will also change and you will be able to sense that frequency and you are able to receive it. So when you are able to receive it, you are able to grab that energy. Because the other person also, a meditator, being a meditator, when she called me, she's able to sense that. Even though I'm talking, whatever she asks, I'm just giving the answer. But she said, like, oh my God, I'm just feeling a lot of energy when I'm talking to you. That is her feeling because she is also able to connect because of that. So I feel like, because why that experience comes, right? You should not feel that I'm great, that's why I get it. So how much actually we are wasting our energy? When I'm able to feel that, because I felt very bad about the people over there, because rising energy 21 times, there are girls, ladies, girls, 50 people chanted that. You can imagine how much the energy would have generated. And then immediately the people are going, and because they do not know that the thing, right? When you, that is why the gnana is also required. That's the reason why we are all there, to understand the dynamics, right? When we have that gnana, you will not talk unnecessary things. You will just have something and come back, right? Even that host asked, is there anything that I did wrong? Why you went so silent? Why you were not talking? It's not that I'm not, literally enjoying insight. That is the reason I didn't talk. It is not that I'm unhappy. I explained that I just got it. Oh, it was good that you, at least you felt it. Yeah, I felt it, but next time you also should feel it. Don't waste that energy there. That could be the reason why people are doing that, asking us to do some chanting, something at our home, so that that energy environment will become positive.
Masters, if anyone has questions, you can raise your hands or unmute yourself, whichever way you feel comfortable. Uh, yeah,
No questions.
no questions.
Did I explain that clear, or nothing went in?
No, no, it was good.
Thank
You
you.
explained that clear. You explained it very clearly.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you, President ma'am, and happy birthday, Lavanya. Wishing you all the best and bless you with everything. Um the what I understood, President ma'am, is that with this active and passive thinking, so what is like passive is like letting things happen, and whereas active is about making things happen. Did I get that
Yes,
right?
yes, you get it right.
Okay.
You got it right.
So it just active is like our day-to-day things, like running around, doing things is all like active, like what we do eh, every
No, no,
day.
no, no, no. Running things and all, that is also you're keeping an intention, right? You're
Yeah.
actually keeping some intention and doing it. Similarly, because that you need, like, so many people, there are out of 100, only 10 people are active, actually doing some kind of workout, right? The remaining
Mhm.
90 are not doing, means they are not putting that light, that
Okay.
intention, and that. Similarly,
Okay.
not only that, everywhere, that awareness, that activeness, we need to put it.
Okay. So generally, we always stay active. Like we want things to happen. So we are mostly active in that process, in the
It all
thinking
depends
process.
on your personality. It all depends on your personality. You are
Oh,
letting it. Suppose I wanted to, in my daily workout group, and there are 200 people, at least 50 people will say, oh, Prasanna garu, tomorrow morning I will come and join the workout, 5 to 6.
okay.
4 or 5 people will show up.
Okay.
So
So I have to
all
make
of
it.
them
Oh,
are
yeah.
having that feeling. All of them, at least 50 people want to come, but
Okay.
they are
Okay.
not putting that activeness in that thing, right? So they are not
Yeah.
able to get up and
They're
come.
not okay. Okay, that's how you relate it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. It's a bit it takes a while to get into it when you're when you're explaining it seems very easy, but when you try to put that into your own way of thinking. Did I understood correctly or not? Then you think, is that correct, or did I think it correct way of putting the thoughts into active section, or this thought into passive section?
Yeah, and actually, because I took those examples because instead of these running, or I took those examples because in that example, actually your thinking process starts, right? Whether this is right or wrong, whether this is that kind of thinking, you should get it.
Yeah.
So otherwise, we normalized so much that feeling jealous became a normal.
Yeah.
Feeling jealousy became we normalized in the society, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but that is not the thing. We have to, because they are not putting their life. Suppose if my kid and your kid is there, went. My kid did something wrong. If I to protect my kid, if I just put the blame on your kid, people say it is normal,
Yeah.
but it is not.
Not. Yes. Yes.
It is not. If you are putting in a active thinking, it is not normal. I
Yeah.
have to agree that this kid has done a wrong, and I will teach him where he went wrong, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhavi ma'am, for your wishes, and thank you.
You
And
miss
Lakshmi
you
ma'am,
would have missed all these great souls' wishes. See,
yes, all the masters who are yeah, who sent their wishes to me. I'm really grateful. Thank you, Prasanna Garu, for your encouragement to do this for today. Really. And Lakshmi ma'am, you are talking. Do you want to share your feedback or inputs or any questions?
Sorry, Lakshmi ma'am, if I talked over you, apologies.
I think she is
Yeah, mute.
okay.
So next week it will be fifth chapter, right, Prasanna Garu?
Yeah, physical destiny. Physical destiny. It has like 30, 40 sections or something. I
Okay.
don't know how many chapter wise. If I take it is no, it is one after the another. The topics are more physical. Physical is having only say 7 sections. Psychic is 23 sections. Mental is 31 sections.
Oh,
Nautic is 8 sections. So that much. So this is a major part of it, basically.
okay.
So we will understand how actually physically whatever that we are facing, how the things are happening with our thoughts, right? That we will see in this.
And
It
today's
will be
expression
interesting.
about,
It will
yeah,
be
about,
interesting from the here onwards. Now on conceptual, right? You may feel that this, but physically he will point out. If
okay,
this is happening in your life, this is what it is. If this is happening in your life, this is what it is.
okay.
Means you will understand where your understanding will go more clear and clear from here onwards.
So about the atmospheres, everything again will go through, I mean, how it is.
No,
That
physical atmosphere, right? Now, actually, the things how your thought is affecting in your physical atmosphere.
atmosphere. Okay.
Physical atmosphere, because we all facing it,
Yes.
we can get it easily.
Yes.
Because it is the reality, right? It is not it is the realized thing. It is the physically realized thing. Suppose mental also you can get it because how you are feeling. Psychic you may not feel it, noetic you may not feel it, but once these two we understand, we can understand those things also. Okay.
Yeah.
See you. Enjoy your day, rest of the day.
Sure. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. And thank you all masters for joining today. See you all next week at the same time. Thank you, Prasanna
Bye.
Garu, again. Yeah.